What's going on, guys? This is Makai. So, something that I haven't seen anyone talk about is special skills associated with characters. Now, Dabi in particular has this ghost skull flame next to his icon, and it shows 0. Now, what this is kind of telling me is that Dabi's going to have a special mechanic that's associated with him. Maybe as he goes up into his skill set with his fire abilities, it goes higher. Maybe it increases the amount of damage he's able to dish out, but as a trade-off, it basically causes him to increase his damage. Because at some point in the trailer, we actually see Dabi have a 1 put onto it. So initially, when he's fighting, it's 0. But later on, it actually changes to 1. So what this tells me is that it's quite possible that when Dabi's fighting, this is going to go up, and this is going to serve as like a kind of like a double-edged sword. The higher this number is likely means that more damage that he might be causing to himself. Now, if you look very carefully, as Dabi attacks, he actually loses some health. So this mechanic is being consistent with what he showcased in the anime, where he fights but he loses health. Now, assuming that this number doesn't have a limit, the higher it is, or more so the longer the battle goes, the more he is inflicting damage on himself as he attacks the opponent, but the more damage they're taking from Dabi. So I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but assuming that this number goes up higher, especially when he goes into his Rising, likely is going to be something that you have to look out for when playing with Dabi. Because in the prior games, I don't think he had this to my knowledge. Otherwise, I probably would have been complaining about him. But in this game, Dabi has a special mechanic. And looking at all the other characters that are showcased in the game so far, no one else has a special icon like Dabi. So either, this is what I'm theorizing, there is going to be another character that has a similar icon. Perhaps All For One is going to have something similar, because we know with his youth version, it's a temporary buff, but he eventually fades out of existence. So maybe he might have something similar with him. But I wanted to point this out because, one, I saw this when I was watching the trailer. I don't think anyone else pointed it out in a separate video. And on top of that, well, if they're being that consistent with characters, then oh my goodness, that is crazy. What do you guys think about this? I just wanted to point that out. I don't know. Just look very carefully. I'm just going to play it one more time so you can see it. If you look carefully, just very carefully as he attacks, right? He's losing health. It just went down a little bit as he's attacking Shoto. Shoto's not doing anything, and he's just getting attacked. See? Just attack. And there's nothing happened to Dabi's icons to indicate that he's getting hit by Shoto, which means that's self-inflicted, likely referring to his quirk. Whereas he uses his power, his health goes down. Now, this could be traded off by if you switch out the character's regain health, then maybe that could be a way to counteract that. But again, just pointed that out. If you guys notice it, let me know.